Hey watch fam, thank you for clicking on another video. Welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited to talk to you guys today as I got a chance to spend a few hours with the Rolex Land-Dweller. This was not a ton of time, maybe a couple hours, so I'm not gonna pretend that it lived on the wrist or I had to watch for a month, but I got enough time to look at it with the details, experience on the wrist, and figure out whether some of the things I questioned in photographs actually worked in person and was some of the hate really warranted. I'll tell you now, this watch makes a lot more sense once you actually put it on. It is really exquisite and wears exceptionally well. More about that later. This watch is 40 millimeters case with a fully integrated bracelet. We also get a transparent case back, which still feels unusual enough for Rolex that it adds something special to the watch that needs to be discussed. And Rolex definitely wants you looking through that case back because inside is the new Calibre 7135. The Calibre 7135 is a fully in-house self-winding Rolex movement with central hours, minutes, and seconds. You also get 100 meters or 330 feet of water resistance. So despite being called the Land-Dweller, this is still a watch you can confidently swim with or go jump in the lake with if you choose to. But considering again that the watches retail at 16,000 or a little bit over that, these are currently trading around the mid-20s on the secondary market. You may be more selective about where you decide to dive in this particular Rolex. The date snaps over instantly at midnight instead of slowly changing over several minutes. You can also adjust the date directly using the crown without moving the hands through an entire 24-hour cycle. The movement also has hacking seconds, meaning the seconds hand stops when you pull the crown out, allowing you to set the time more precisely. It is rated to Rolex's superlative chronometer standard of -2 or +2 seconds per day after the movement has been installed inside the case. So the honeycomb pattern is created using a femtosecond laser, which is just extremely thin lines engraved into the grooves between the individual cells. It is very precise and the precision becomes more apparent when the dial starts interacting with different angles of light. You can question where the inspiration came from, but the execution here is just immaculate. Rolex also introduced a completely new escapement called Dynapulse. At a high level, the escapement is the part of the movement that controls how the watch releases stored energy. It keeps all that energy from being released at once and sends it to an oscillator in small, precise amounts. In a traditional Swiss lever escapement, some of the components slide against one another, creating some friction. Sliding creates friction, and friction means that some of the movement energy is lost. Dynapulse works differently. Its components primarily roll against one another instead. Think about moving a heavy rug across the floor. You can drag it, but that creates a lot of friction and takes more effort. Put rollers underneath it and suddenly the rug moves much more efficiently. That is the basic idea behind Dynapulse. Rolex spent almost a decade developing a system, so this is not just a small adjustment to the traditional Rolex escapement with a new name attached to it. The movement also uses Rolex hairspring, which is also made from silicon, along with a high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers, making this watch really tough. All of this matters because Rolex is trying to make a higher frequency movement without sacrificing the durability, precision, and reliability people expect from the brand. Looking at the watch online, I wasn't completely sure about this pattern. Once you put a textured geometric dial on an integrated bracelet sports watch, you naturally start crossing into Audemars Piguet's lane. And I think everybody knows that. I think Rolex knows that when they were designing this watch. But you could also say something similar about Christopher Ward, the 12, or the Patrick and Chi, the Antarctique, I think I'm saying that correctly. At this point, the combination of an integrated bracelet and a textured, I would have loved to see this watch in black. I actually think it would be stunning. I think black would make it feel more aggressive and push it further into the sports watch category. Green could also be interesting here, and knowing Rolex, we will probably see additional dial color. Then we get to talk about this gorgeous integrated bracelet. And again, I think Rolex designed some of the best bracelets and watches. Rolex called this the Flat Jubilee. It is a 5-piece solid link bracelet inspired by the traditional Jubilee, but every link has been flattened to give the watch a lower, more modern profile. For now, you can jump all the way up to the platinum model if you want the ice blue dial, but that becomes a completely different price conversation. The current Platinum Land-Dweller 40 is priced at around $68,500. Rolex alternates polished and satin finished surfaces, and the bracelet integrates directly into the oyster case, and it does just look amazing. It is just so sexy when you do a wrist roll with this watch, and it's definitely not subtle. Even though the overall dimensions are very, very reasonable for the sports watch category. The polished center links, fluted bezel, and textured dial are going to catch the light in just such a special way. The watch announces itself every time your wrist moves. It is definitely something that you will appreciate. I clearly enjoy looking at it because I could not stop doing wrist rolls the entire time I had it on my wrist. And my wrist is 7.25 inches for those who really want to know, so about 40 millimeters does fit perfectly. I found the watch to be balanced, naturally fit around my wrist pretty well. It did not feel top heavy whatsoever, and it really felt like the watch and everything was designed to work together. I found the watch to be balanced, naturally fit around my wrist pretty well. It did not feel top heavy whatsoever, and it really felt like the watch and everything was designed to work together. I also think people with fairly small wrists could wear this without a problem. The way the bracelet articulates and drops away from the case helps it sit a lot closer and have a lot lower wrist profile. For people with larger wrists, I think it becomes more about personal taste and preference at this point. Some people will appreciate how sleek the 40 feels. Others may want the watch to have a bit more presence because it's a sports watch. But on my wrist, I would not change the dimensions at all. I actually think they're perfect. My overall impressions is that this is really a beautiful watch despite a lot of negativity. I'm not going to spend much time complaining about the retail price at this point. Nearly every major luxury watch brand has been increasing their prices, and none of us is shopping in this category because we need an inexpensive way to tell the time. At $16,500, the Land-Dweller is still expensive. It is also quite a bit more than an entry-level Jaeger-LeCoultre sports watch on an integrated bracelet. I would love to put the Land-Dweller next to the comparable JLC at this point and spend really good time with both. My expectation is that the Rolex would feel a bit more sportier and robust, while the JLC would feel slightly more delicate and a bit more like jewelry and a lot more refined. But that is something I would want to test side by side rather than pretending that I already know the answer. I would love to get to experience those two together. What I can say after spending time with the Land-Dweller is that it feels like a genuine luxury product. The bracelet feels great. The finishing is excellent. The dial is much more convincing in person than I thought it was online. And I'm trying to get some pictures here. And underneath everything, you have one of the most technically interesting movement Rolex has ever produced, or at least has produced in quite a few years. If you already love Rolex and you're in the market for an integrated bracelet sports watch, you should definitely try this on. I do not think you would be disappointed. You may still prefer a Royal Oak, an Overseas, or something else, something less obvious, but I would not dismiss the Land-Dweller based only on photograph because I was much more impressed after actually wearing this. I like the intense white dial. Depending on the lighting, it can almost appear silver, and it works beautifully with the steel bracelet and white gold bezel, as you can see here. But if Rolex released the exact watch with a black dial, that would be the version for me. That would probably become a watch that I would obsess over. So as always, guys, would love to hear what y'all think. If you've been hands-on with the Land-Dweller, what is your thoughts? This watch has been around for a year, so I know this is not necessarily a new watch, but I don't know how many people have actually got a chance to get hands-on because they're really hard to come by, at least in the areas that I go. But thank you for clicking on another video. I just wanted to share my experience because I thought this watch was incredible. You know the drill. If you've not done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I've been having so much fun kind of getting back in a little bit more rhythm, making some videos, and I always love to connect with you all. Also, check out, I'm gonna have a shop coming up here soon. I actually get to come across quite a few watches. Sometimes I'm buying a watch just to get it in for a review, and then I'm sending it right back out. And so therefore I'm like, well, I usually sell them to people that I know or on the forum. Why not offer those to some of y'all? I actually usually price these at some of the best prices you're gonna find in the market, because I'm usually getting them in from a variety of different places. Sometimes somebody lends me something. Sometimes I get an opportunity to buy used and I just can't take up or miss the opportunity to do so. And I love getting watches in. It's actually a lot of fun, something I did for a while. So I'm gonna start linking those in the comments if you're ever interested. A lot of the watches that I've had in my collection, I put up there too when I want something new. So yeah, just putting that plug out there. Thank you all again. We'll talk soon.